Hello, everybody.
All right, we're going to go on the record in state of Kansas versus Dylan Michael Philmeyer. It is 2022 CR 000445. The state appears by and through Ms. Norris. Mr. Philmeyer is currently in custody, appearing by Zoom. Separately from his attorney, Mr. Andrews, who is appearing by Zoom. This show cause involves allegations that you failed to report for an office visit. You were discharged from MIR due to non-attendance, and you didn't re-engage in any Senate bill treatment, and that you haven't made payments as of March. Announcement to the court.
Your Honor, Mr. Philmeyer would stipulate to violations of the probation.
He had a violation hearing back in, was it January?
That sounds about right. Your Honor, I was thinking it was the beginning of this year. I don't remember the exact date.
It looks like it was January 26th.
Yeah, and he got a 2-day sanction. All right. Sir, are you going to stipulate that you violated your probation by not completing your treatment?
Yes, Your Honor. I have since I completed a treatment in here on my tablet. It's through Adobo, but it's a substance abuse class that I took online, and I completed it just a couple of days ago.
Okay.
But
Okay. Let me get recommendations, okay? Ms. Norris, recommendations?
Your Honor, this is defendant's second warrant to show cause. In this case, he was originally placed on probation May 15 of 2023 with community corrections. And Your Honor, he was in front of this court in January for a probation violation, which are similar to the ones that he has stipulated to today, not reporting and basically being unsuccessfully discharged from treatment. So basically he's having the same problems, and it doesn't appear that he's interested in reporting to Mr. Catley, nor is he interested in doing the treatment. He has SB 123, but I don't know, if he actually has any of that left, because I'm not sure exactly when he started the initial treatment, but either way, he's not likely to get the full benefit of the SB 123 and the treatment paid for if he's not going to attend. And this is just one of many cases that Mr. Philmeyer has. He has probably 6 or 7 open cases in this jurisdiction, newer cases. Obviously, this is a show cause. And then I think he also has some stuff pending in Sedgwick County. Your Honor, the state would recommend, he has had a 2-day dip. The state would recommend that he be revoked and he be ordered to serve the balance of the underlying sentence. He doesn't appear to want to participate, and is just taking up Mr. Catley's time. And it appears that prison seems likely to be a better choice for him at this point. And Your Honor, the court will need to address court-appointed attorney's fees and the bids application fee as Mr. Andrews is appointed.
So does he have pending cases that he has picked up while he's been on probation in this case? Since May 15th of 23, has he picked up new cases?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor. Let me...
I don't know he's had cases that have been pending for quite some time. I don't believe that most of them, if not all of them, I know at least preceded the last probation revocation hearing. There may have been a new case that was filed since then, but I think it may have been for an incident that occurred prior to then, if that makes sense.
And Your Honor, he's got, let's see, let's see, the charges for, in one of these cases were, it was December of 2022. So and actually several of his cases are from 2022. And then he has, a 24 case, 24 CR 174. It's a violation of a protective order. And so, yeah, the bulk of his cases are from 2022, and there's like 7 of them. And then, like I said, the 24 CR 174 is the most recent one. And basically all of those are still open
106 down and trying to speak to you.
and pending.
Well, we probably would have known that at the time that he entered the plea, right? That he had other pending cases. I mean, this is not news. This
I
is
would-
not news.
I would assume so, Your Honor. But yeah, there's one though that has occurred since he was placed on probation.
Why would a violation of a protective order be a traffic case number?
It's not a traffic. He has lots of traffic cases, but he also has lots of criminal cases. There, like they said, there's like 8 besides this show cause that are still.
Trying to figure out what he's charged with in the 24 case.
It's violation of a protective order.
Okay, so is it 2024 CR 174?
Yes, CR 174.
Oh, TR. All right.
I thought our TR first as well, Your Honor. So
So,
Okay.
sorry about that. No, and that actually, Your Honor, happened on, that one was actually on April of 2023. So it didn't actually, it just was filed.
yeah,
Okay.
so it was filed prior to being placed on probation in this case, or the occurrence was alleged to have occurred before he was
Right.
placed.
It
Okay.
was filed after he was on probation, but the incident was from before.
Okay. Mr. Andrews?
Your Honor, I understand where Ms. Norris is coming from. I would state that first, Mr. Fellmeyer successfully completed his inpatient treatment, graduated from that in February, and then I believe it was February, but he did complete his inpatient treatment. Then he was to do outpatient treatment, and that's what he was unsuccessfully discharged from. And he, as he indicated, he tried to do what he could while he was in custody. A lot of it was due to some transportation issues of getting there. Then essentially what happened in March is he was ordered to appear in person for a hearing, to come to the Sallyport for a hearing, and he went to his attorney's office instead. And the court essentially issued a warrant for his arrest for not appearing in person. And so as a result of having that outstanding warrant, he didn't appear, he didn't report for his probation. There's a pretty big change though between what was going on back in February and March and now, and that's that simply that Mr. Fellmeyer has a child on the way, and that is giving him a different motivation, if you will, to be successful. As I said, he did complete a little bit of treatment while he was in custody. He will do whatever he needs to do as far as the Senate, successfully completing a Senate Bill 123 treatment once he's released. He will has employment lined up that he will be able to make payments on his outstanding costs, and he will make sure to report as needed. And so for those reasons, we believe that a sanction is appropriate, but outright revocation and serving the sentence is not necessary in this case. Instead, what we would ask is that his probation be reinstated for a year and that he serve a 30-day sanction on this case, and then be placed back on probation to complete the terms of his probation.
Mr. Philmeyer, is there anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, I just apologize that I wasn't making the 100% right, 100% right. Sorry, I didn't have the right mindset. Now I have a daughter on the way. She's supposed to be born in December, and it's just completely changed my whole thought process and thinking. And I'm just looking forward to being there for my kid and my girlfriend.
So is the mother of this child that you're having the same person who is the alleged victim in the
No, Your Honor.
of a protection order?
No, Your Honor. That previous person was Rand Hennessy, and it was, I believe, the phone contact or the texting on the tablet is what that violation of a no contact is going to be. I'm just assuming because it's nobody filed any paperwork. It's just whenever there's a case, there's a no contact order from the state, I believe, is the reason on that, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like to me back in July of 2023, you got kicked out of Mir
Mm-hmm.
and they got you back into treatment.
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like did you complete Mir, but then you did not complete the outpatient portion?
Yes, ma'am.
And then why did you fail to report?
I had court with Judge Ricky, and he pulled my warrants or put warrants out for my arrest, and I just didn't report after that, Your Honor, which I should have.
So you have to go back in front of him?
I don't think so. I have Miss Webster and Mr. Crum, I believe, on my next court dockets here in late this August. So
Okay, because I knew I'd be tempted, but I wouldn't, as long as you were appearing, I wouldn't issue a warrant if you were sitting in your attorney's office.
yeah.
I'd make you go to the jail, and then if you didn't, I'd put out a warrant for you. But so I didn't think that was me. I don't think that's something I've ever done. But at any rate, none of it's really that great of an excuse.
I know, Your Honor. I apologize.
Mr. Catley, how do you feel about Mr. Philmeyer? I guess I have. Here's the only reason I have mixed feelings is because these other cases really predated from the time I put him on probation. And so what I'm interested in is what he's done, hasn't done since 5/15 of 23. And I know that may be narrow, short-sighted, but that's what I'm focused in on. And then if he did complete, I was thinking he was unsuccessfully discharged from treatment at Mir, but he actually was discharged from Mir successfully. It's just, well, you say due to non-attendance, so he wouldn't have been discharged. So did he complete inpatient treatment or not?
He did, and then he was referred for outpatient treatment, and he failed that.
Okay, so Mears offers inpatient and outpatient.
Correct.
Okay, and then he wasn't reporting to you. What was he like when he was reporting to you? Was he respectful? Was he like he is today, or was he totally different?
He's when you meet with him in person, he's pretty much like what he is today, Your Honor. However, I mean, if I recall right, on his appearance in front of Judge Ricky, I believe he was in a car, if I remember right. I don't believe he was at his attorney's office, if I recall. I mean, I may be mistaken, but he was supposed to be on his way.
Yeah. Where is this place that you think you might be able to get a job?
It's called Pruitt Flooring. It's over in Wichita. And Mr. Ketley had mentioned that he also does the reporting in Wichita as well every Tuesday, I believe, right, Mr. Ketley? Or is it every other Tuesday at the Wichita location?
Yeah, that's until I transfer it, yes.
Yeah. So he said I'll be able to report in Wichita, which would be a lot more helpful in reporting.
Well, I don't know. They don't put up with much there, honestly. It's kind of a somewhat of a spider's web because you're not their jurisdiction and they're doing it as a courtesy and they don't tolerate very much. I don't know. I think, Ms. Norris, I'm not just trying to disagree with everything that you say today. I'm really not. I do respect your opinions and your position. I think I'm going to order an additional 30 days for a full 60, and then I'm going to reinstate your probation, see if you can't complete outpatient treatment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, if you can't complete outpatient, you can't do your stuff, then I'm pretty positive I'll have you in jail by December, and you won't even be around for your child's birth.
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a possibility of work release? I can get a job here in town. I know somebody that works here locally at Hog Wild Barbecue.
Yeah, and he on probation or parole or something. The last guy I knew that was working there. Did you meet him in jail?
No, I know his girlfriend. She's a regional manager there. If you're referring to Mr. Williams.
Yeah.
He's
I don't. That's a great place for you to work. Look,
Okay.
I'm sending you to prison. I think I'm just going to have you sit tight for these 30 days.
Yes,
Think
sir.
about where you're headed, what you're doing, develop the very best plan you can, get your head in the right place. You're doing that because you did that certificate program.
Yeah, I've
I
been
mean,
actually reading a lot of parenting books. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've been reading some parenting books too. So
okay, let's just focus on you, where you're at, where you're headed, where you're going, and what it is that you need to do to be successful. And just stay still and then be ready when you get out to hit the ground running.
thank you.
Okay?
And
All right.
Your Honor, I think you would need an extension and then additional attorney's fees and bids fee.
Okay,
And Your Honor, were you wanting him to basically serve a 60-day sanction? So whatever it, or you want him to just, whatever his credit is, you want him to do 30 days from today?
Well, he's done over 30. I can't give him more than 60. So it's got to add up to 60. So it's 60.
It would be, he has 38 days as of today, so it'd be 22 more to
Okay.
get 60.
Okay, that's what I'm ordering.
Okay.
Thanks. $100 bids added. Extension. See, I didn't give you an extension back in January because I told you I don't like extensions because you either get motivated and get it done so that you don't have the case hanging over your head, or you end up back in front of me the longer you're not progressing. In other words, my theory is you progress quick and get it done when you're motivated, and the longer it goes on, the more frequently you fall off the rails, basically. But I have to extend it or we have no ability to impose your sentence if you fail. And that's got to be a consequence. So, Mr. Ketley, how long, when do we extend it to?
I would think if you would just extend him an additional 6 months from his original termination date, he ought to be able to get everything done by then, I would think.
All right, that's what I'll order. Okay.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
he does have other cases with Judge Ricky that still has a no bond hold, so.
Okay, well, hopefully if he's lucky, he has Mr. Andrews on his other cases and he can try to get him in front of Judge Ricky before then. I can't do anything about any of that. I can only do what I feel's right on my case. Okay.
Your Honor, I think the only other thing is I don't remember if the court had issued a ruling regarding attorney fees and the bids application fee.
I must have been under my breath. $100 bids application.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.